Hi, today is November 18th, 2025, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1790 for the year, Kronos, the Conqueror. Once again, like a Greek god, Kronos came, they played, they conquered. Once again, they inspired. I thought of checkers with noodles, see previous poem, and clap suite, see following poem, and Co-Cough-Ony, the poem after next, while sitting there watching them. I do so love the Kronos Quartet. I see them every chance I get. They always blow my shit away. I wish they were playing again today. I love them so much, yes I do, and if you've never seen them, I feel sorry for you. Poem number 1791, Clap Suite. For the Clap Suite, Poem number 1791, Clap Suite. For the clap suite, the composer assigned a number and a single clapping pattern to each member of the audience. When the assigned numbers flashed on the screen, the audience members who had been assigned those numbers would perform their series of claps. The result was vaguely like Balinese gamelan music. The trick for the composer was for it to not sound like applause. At a couple of points, it did sound like applause, but I would say that the clap suite was an extremely successful composition. Poem number 1792, Co-Cough-Ony. This piece was kind of like a cover of John Cage's 4 minutes 33 seconds, but before the Poem number 1792, Co-Cough-Ony. This piece was kind of like a cover of John Cage's 4 minutes 33 seconds, but before the performance, the audience were given coughing drops. Coughing drops have the exact opposite effect of cough drops. Rather than suppress coughs, they cause coughs. The pianist came to the piano, opened the lid, and sat for 4 minutes and 33 seconds while the audience filled the hall with much cacophonous coughing. The work was entitled Co-Cough-Ony, and a good time was had by all. Poem number 1793, Vomit Concerto No. 4 in B-flat major. The Vomit Concerto No. 4 was a breakthrough in several ways. Most importantly, it was the first vomit concerto to not involve any vomit or vomiting. A giant urn with the word vomit on it was placed in the center of the stage, but the program notes made it clear that there was no vomit in the urn. None of the critics who reviewed the work accused the composer of cheating or of betraying the principles or of operating outside of the proper parameters of vomit concerto composition. In fact, a number of critics were pleased to have heard a vomit concerto that involved no vomit. One critic did point out some similarities between the Fourth Vomit Concerto and Brahms's Piano Concerto No. 2, Opus 83, also in B-flat major. But this was mere nitpicking. The Vomit Concerto No. 4 was a monumental triumph that has redefined 21st century orchestral music. What a glorious time to be alive. And the last poem of the day, poem number 1794, Who cover. At the end of the evening, the quartet announced, "We would now like to do a Who cover." Then the first violinist smashed his violin into a chair. The violist smashed her viola into the cellist's cello. The second violinist thwacked her violin with the back of her bow, and when that accomplished nothing, she stomped on her instrument several times. Then the players bowed to thunderous applause. The total cost of the smashed instruments was $278,500, but it was worth it. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.